Hi, I'm Catherine, the creator of Shia and the Jetsons Community Preservation of the Promised Land. This video must go out to the Reparation Task Force, Miss Moore, because it seems like she's really working. She's trying to, it just seems like she's trying. And if you're trying to do the Reparations Task Force like I've been asking you guys to do, where where Governor Gavin Newsom would have to give over the money to the BLM land management because they're the ones that removed us from our homes originally. So that's where the reparations will go to. $3 to $4 trillion will go to the reparations to the BLM because now okay, I own my parents own the entire city of Stillwater, Oklahoma, and Stillwater, Oklahoma says, well, we can only give you your oil and mineral and gas rights. We can't give you the land because it would have a conflict of interest because all of our attorney buildings and grocery stores and malls and things like that is on your land. So you would have to hire an outside attorney an outside attorney outside of Oklahoma to sue us off your land. So they said, well, we could just pay you for your gas. So here's the gas and mineral. Here's the money from, like, they'll pay you taxes for your gas and minerals. Here's the amount, like it'll be like $2, $14 back in 1955. You see okay. Now we were living in Michigan at the time. So when you get your gas, I mean, when you claim your land, you will get your oil and mineral rights because they're not going to give you that's criminal for them not to give you the land, but they give you the oil and mineral rights. Well, wherever you live at, you would be getting a check from the claimed properties. Okay, if you could just see that. Now, with that, they will give you a whole list of all of your properties. If you could see that, all of your properties here that you own. Okay, so, and this is as far as the eyes can see. Here are all of the properties. This is thick. This page after page of. Here, let me focus. Properties of 2,000 acres that takes the whole entire city of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Here are the properties that you can see. Okay, so I'm trying to, now when you get a list of that, here's the deeds. Now they were forced off their land and they say, okay, you're injured on your land because we're forcing you off your land, but here is $100. Here is, now this is from the City of Oklahoma, Urban Commissioner, here, read it. I'll get you a deed. Oh, here. This is who, and read it. This is how we were removed. Now my grandfather, just read that. That's what removed us. This is what removed us. The city mayor removed you. And then they'll give you a list of all of your cousins that is related to you because they're all entitled to the money. Here is the land deeds, the oil and mineral rights that is entitled to, here's my cousins. Here, I'll show you the page where I'm on, where it says Catherine, and then my brothers. See, here's me. And you see my whole family, my sisters and my brothers, we're all entitled. These are my cousins. These are cousins you don't even know, but they know that you're related to okay, so here's the attorney. I had to, I guess, get her off the case because she was just only representing one cousin that only wanted to collect all the money. And the bitch is crazy. So anyway, that's the attorney that I had to, because she was like, no, I only represent your cousin and she's going to get the money for the oil and she'll decide who gets it. She done lost her mind. No, you have to. So that was wrong. Anyway, so I'm just trying to get somebody to help me. Now, my father on his death certificate is labeled as an American Indian. American Indian on his death certificate, okay? American Indian. So just understand that we are indigenous to the land. But anyway, the money stopped coming. I wasn't getting any money, and I'm talking about like from the oil rights. But my point is, it's one of the places. The point is, I'm trying to duplicate my land that I claimed here to look like this. This is where you
drive in the first time and you say, this is it. This is what we've been looking for. This is what we have traveled all these miles to find.
This is the best RV resort that we have seen.
I want those where outside kitchens.
I would come up here and stay for as long as you can.
This is in Michigan. I wanted to duplicate it.
There are a number of very lovely motor coach resorts in the country. And we've been to pretty much every one of them, and you know, they're all fabulous. But I have to say that this one really is the most gorgeous.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful day today here at Hearthside Grove in Petoskey, Michigan. You guys have a special resort here. What is going on here, sir?
It's a special resort in the middle of a special place in the country. We're nestled inside of beautiful northwest Michigan. We've got Great Lakes, forests, farms. It's just a beautiful area to be in, and we're privileged to have the area to show you.
Absolutely. Now, I hear you can rent lots here, purchase lots here. You think you can show us around the resort and show us what you guys have going on?
I would love to show you around the resort. Everything starts really at the Welcome Center, which is at our gatehouse. Every motorhome that comes in, everybody who comes in will get escorted to their site. It's really part of the hospitality piece that we really like to introduce to this industry.
Now, is every lot here owned by a private owner, or does the park own some of the lots, and how does the rental pool work?
The lots are owned by individuals, and then they trust us to put it into our rental program.
What rates do the rentals start at? What's an entry-level lot here go for?
So our rates start at about $79 a night for a standard lot, and work all the way up to $259 for a lot that's fully developed with an outdoor kitchen and pergola and brick paver.
This is quite a site and quite a coach. What's going on here, sir?
Well, this is one of our premium plus lots, and this one is a gorgeous, gorgeous water feature that flows down to a larger collecting pond.
You see how the kitchens are?
With an outdoor kitchen.
The landscape here is unlike anything I've ever seen at any RV resort. Is there an inspiration for the landscape, or how did all this come about?
Well, it's definitely been a passion project of Kirk's, and he's basically the brains behind the outfit here.
How long have you been here at Hearthside Grove?
We've been here 15 years since we started in 2007, and it's come a long way. This was a dream of ours to provide a wonderful place for people to come visit northern Michigan, the surrounding area. And it's been that way for 150 years. So we're just adding the motor coach lifestyle that's not been around that long to northern Michigan.
Okay, so it's been around for 150 years. That means they removed us from our homes, and then they make beautiful motorhome coaches that I want to place here in Chino, California. The city mayor has gave me an eviction notice because I bid for the land right here to start a motorhome coach facility home and a theme park. So the motorhome coach will be sitting on a large theme park of 1,000 acres. Now back to my oil land rights. Now the attorney here, her name is the City of Oklahoma says you have to sue us in order to get your land. And here's what she said. She said these are all of your properties, like physical homes, and these are the whole city. Okay, so you could just, she said this to me. This is my property here. And she says, those are your homes, but we can't give them to you until you get an outside attorney to sue us. So that's where I'm at. And now, and so the oil, here's my oil. No, okay, so I was living in Michigan at the time. So wherever you live, your oil will come to you wherever you live. And so these are the amounts. You'll see $2 here. $2 here in 1955 to 1927. Okay, so these are, I'm talking about taxes for the oil and mineral rights. Let's see something. I don't know if you can, okay. For unclaimed properties. You can just look at it. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to cut this short so that people can. Okay, so now here is Okay, now I told you that. Okay, now, and then they put it in news publications to make sure that you understand that everybody understands that I own this city of Stillwater, Oklahoma. I would like to not sell it or anything, but I like to put the promised land there. But let me just establish it here in Chino so that I can have other women who own other cities as well, because they do. I'll show you. Okay, so let me just cut this video right quick because I don't want it to be too long. But I'll make another video after this to show some more, because if I leave this video too long, it'll just cut off. But here it is. If you just look at it, here are my properties, and this is so many. It's just so many. It's as far as the eye can see. Here, now the landman put this together for me. When you call the county clerk's office at the city mayor's office, you have to get a landman. A landman is, or landwoman, but they call them landman. They seek out who was indigenous to the land before anybody came here to America. Who was here first? So they found that my grandparents are not originally from Oklahoma. They said that the landman says, well, you were pushed out from other states, and there is no states. Everything is all together. So Choctaw Nation from Florida is from Tennessee, like I said, and it's even in the Darus where my great grandmother says, yes, the states are all together. So we are indigenous to the whole state. So don't let nobody tell you to bring proof. Don't let no foreigner tell you that's in your office, Miss Moore, tell you that we have to provide proof that we're indigenous to a certain land. No, we're indigenous to America, because I showed you a photo of my grandmother, V.C. Nisi. Okay, and they also give you these maps. So the BLM also give you these maps. These are maps that oil and mineral rights that they have labeled, that they have already marked. See, this is where it's yellow, is where you can claim your oil at. And they give you these maps, and everything's free. Everything's free. This is the BLM, because if they know you're indigenous to the land, they're going to give you your information. And here are the lands where you can claim start digging for gold in California. Well, this is California. This is Victorville. Because they said, well, since you live in California and you live there, we can only give you the maps of where you live. So you would have to start digging for your gold and mineral rights there. Get an attorney to sue us for your land in Oklahoma, because we can't give you your land unless you go and get an outside attorney that costs $4,000, and I don't have no $4,000. So here's other maps that they give you. Okay, this is just okay. So here is my great grandmother, V.C. Nisi. Now, she has sisters and brothers that have children. We come from her and all over, because she's got sisters and brothers. I'm talking about the majority. This is back in the 1800s, where these foreigners came in here, and you know, right? Okay, so she has brothers that has children. Well, our parents came out of this woman here, and her sisters and her brothers, and you see, okay. So don't let no foreigner tell you that we have to show proof that we're indigenous to the land when they are, got our information scattered. You just have to have the people to apply at the BLM and get a landman to help you get your oil and mineral land and oil mineral rights. They'll put the whole packet together, because this is what they do. They're supposed to do this. I had to call down there to the county clerk's office and say, can you do a check on my grandmother? She's Lillian, because she's the last she's the one that had died. And when you're the last, if she's the last to die, then she gets all the papers. So these are the, here, just take, okay, so let me get off this thing, because I don't want it to delay. So the landman from the BLM Land Management helps you with that. So I'm just hoping that you can open up I want to do a film studio here, because I can't have a film studio in Hollywood, I can't go near that place. I want my film studio to be here so that I can do the films and the movies, and everybody can come and do films and movies with us and stuff, and it'll be fair. Because we don't want to end up like this anymore, do we? We don't want this. We want to have our land. Okay, so let me get off this thing, and I'll do another video right after this. All right.